Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I am back to my, the cats are racing around up here for whatever reason. What I was gonna say is I'm back to my semi-regular filming schedule, and I'm bringing you episode, I think, 46 of Throwback Thursday. It's either 46 or 47. I'll have the proper number in my description box, or no, in my title, actually. Hello, Erica. Are we here to film a video or what? Sorry. Now, before I get started, I want to give a huge love-filled shout out to my dear friend and fellow creator, Jan Van, for being the ultimate TBT muse and inspo in my life. I will link her channel in my description box. Please go check out her channel, subscribe, and show her a ton of love and support if you have not yet done that already. And then, of course, I need to give a huge love-filled shout out to the GOAT of TBT cheerleading, Dawn, my dear friend and subscriber. So for today's episode, I am pulling in the M Nude Neutral Rich palette. When I did my collection and declutter videos, so many people talked about this brand and this palette, and I haven't used it in a really long time, so I thought I'm using this, and I just think it's, if I can open it, I just think it's so gorgeous. It's got like this chocolatey, cinnamony color story. And my friend Linda, who lives in Sweden, she sent this to me quite some time ago. This is a pretty old palette. We were chatting on Instagram about how I had never tried M. She had tried M. I believe M is either a Swedish or Norwegian-based brand, right? I could be wrong, and if I am, feel free to correct me in the comment section. And I just told her, like, I don't have access to M. And she's like, I'm sending you a M palette. And she did. She sent me several M makeup products, and I really enjoyed them. And actually, do I have a blush? I have a mascara that I don't have. Well, I had a mascara from this brand that I had to toss because it, just old. And then do I have a, no, I think actually this might be the only makeup product now I have from this brand. Anyway, I'm going to be using it today for a look. Very neutral, but very rich and very gorgeous. Super excited about it. And I'm sure you can hear the fan in here. And all I can say is it's below freezing outside. And I just don't feel like I should turn on the air conditioning when it's below freezing outside. That just seems so bizarre to me. But it gets so hot up here. I've turned the heat way down, but I don't want to turn it completely off because I just have this like fear that what if I turn it all the way off and then it doesn't come back on again? That would be horrible. What would my kitties do? What would we do? So I do have the fan on down here by my feet, and then I have my little desk fan on. And I know that's probably really loud because like when I edit, when I have my fans on, that's all I can hear. But I would sweat myself into oblivion. Okay, so let's get into this palette. I think what I'll do is start off by going into Toasted here. And then I'll deepen that up with Dusk, and I'm going to put Stormy in my outer V, of course. And I might even use a little bit of Stripped here too. We'll see. And then for the shimmer shades, I want to use Nightfall. I love that shade. And I think Queen, just those two. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know yet, but that's what I'm thinking. I do have my eyelid primed in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime eyeshadow primer, and I did put some clear brow gel NYX Control Freak in my brows. So going into Toasted, that upper left matte of the palette, in the palette. So I'd love to know if you guys are familiar with M, if any of you have tried M, and if so, I would love to know what you have tried from M, like what palettes or other makeup products. I was so blown away that Linda sent these things to me because I had just gotten on Instagram. I hadn't been on Instagram for very long, and she and I just connected because she was in my feed all the time, and she had such beautiful eye looks, and I want to say she's friends with my friend Marina that lives in Sweden, right? And Emily maybe too, I don't know. Anyway, she was just in my feed all the time, and I'm like, ugh. So we started chatting, just commenting back and forth to each other in our pictures, and then we started DMing each other, and then she sent me the palettes, and I should really reciprocate and send her something from the United States. I have not done that. And actually, she's never in my feed anymore. Instagram irritates me for a lot of reasons. But one of the things that irritates me about Instagram is that like my feed will be one way for quite some time, and I'll have like the same people's photos that I, love and love to see. And then like all of a sudden it switches and there's all these other people that are in my feed that I don't really know or follow, or well, I don't know. Just like they're trying to get me to follow them, like the algorithm or whatever, and that's fine. And I found some really awesome people and very inspirational people that way. But also I really want to see like my friends, their photos too, like just the people I would normally see. So I went in, and set my favorites and all that. But I don't know. I feel like the algorithm or whatever it is just is dicey with Instagram. It irritates the crap out of me. This shade is really nice. Just making it nice and saturated with pigment, and making sure I like how it all looks. And then I'll start adding some more shades here. I think that's good for right now. I might do something different with that at some point, but I'm leaving it like this for now. Now I'm going to go into dusk and really deepen up that crease. And I do owe an apology to my viewers, because I made kind of a snarky comment in my collab video with Wilma Fingerdew, where I was talking about people who use Botox for migraine prevention, and like, oh yeah, sure, funny how all your wrinkles go away. And there are, I do know that there are people that use Botox for migraine prevention. So I should not have been so snarky about it, because, people who suffer with migraines, that's not cool and at all. And if then they need to do anything to help prevent migraines, then I'm all for it. I don't know. It's none of my damn business. I should have just kept my mouth shut. So I do apologize for that. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I just get a little salty about certain things. I just say things and I'm like, oops, I probably should have said that. I have to remind myself. I mean, I do feel like I am entitled to my own opinion about things. Of course I am. But also, I don't know every damn thing, and I need to just shut my mouth and not say ignorant things. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with this brush and just kind of blend that out. I don't really feel like there's a lot of distinction between these two shades, though. Like I expected there would be a little bit more depth to dusk versus toasted. And there is a little bit, I guess, but not as much as I thought there might be. So, and that's okay. That's fine. I just wish they were a little darker. Anyway. I was trying to remember when the last time I used this palette, and I don't remember when it was. It was a long time ago. I filmed with it right when I got it. And that video did pretty well. Like, a lot of people like that video for whatever reason. It's interesting to me what videos do well and what videos don't in my mind, like, well, whatever that means. And there's times like I think, oh yeah, I think people will really like this video. And then nobody watches. Anyway, okay, so now I'm going into Stormy, putting that in my outer V. And, I just learned over time that, like, people are going to watch or they're not going to watch. And I used to get myself in kind of a tizzy over that, like, why, I don't understand. Like, the last time I did this type of content, they watched a ton of it. Something, though, I will never do ever again on my channel, ever again, is do a Stitch Fix video. Never. And the reason why is because I do not like to try on my clothing in a video. And I know that that is helpful to folks that are watching. Absolutely. I get it. But I don't feel comfortable doing that. And I know that maybe that's really irritating to folks. And no, I just don't want to do that. I do not want to put myself out there like that in a video on my channel. And so many people were so nasty to me about that. And nowhere in the title of the video or the thumbnail of the video did it say I was going to do a try on. It didn't say that. And I just got raked over the coals for that. I thought, geez, I wanted to say, like, okay, well, why don't you start your own channel and you try on a Stitch Fix box of clothing? Go ahead. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to hold it up and show it to you. And I realize that that is probably ridiculous because people do want to see how it fits. But I'm not the one that's going to do that. So I just decided no more Stitch Fix videos because I just don't need that. I'm going to go back into dusk and go around the outer edge. It's one thing to like suggest it, like, oh, it'd be really nice if you could try these on, but people were like, no try on? Oh my gosh, how are we supposed to know how it fits? I can't believe you're not doing a try on. No try on? Huh, great, like that kind of stuff. And I was just like, okay, well, sorry, but I'm not doing a try on, you know? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you just can't please everybody. And rather than continuing to explain myself to people, which I don't have to do that. I just thought, I'm done. I'm not doing this again, ever. So I still am getting Stitch Fix, but I've paused it for just a little bit because I didn't really need any more clothing from that particular place yet, or source yet. But I think I am going to get a box in February. And I guess it's dumb for me to be talking about it if I'm not going to show you, right? So, you know, that'll probably upset somebody too. Anyway. I get it. I get that, you know, people are entitled to want what they want, sure. But as the person that's providing the content here, me, I'm also going to do what I'm the most comfortable with. And I'm just not comfortable with trying stuff on in a video because I'm just not. Anyway, moving on. I love that. I think that all blended together really well. And actually, I do feel like the dusk shade did provide a little bit of like, you know, a layer of fun in my look. So now I'm going to put Nightfall here, and then I am just going to put Queen in the front. I think that'll look really pretty, those two shimmers together. My grandson, who has a speech delay, he goes to like a speech therapy type class once a week with other kiddos, and all of them have a speech delay. So it's really interesting to see what other kids' delays are versus, you know, just kind of like where they're all at in their developmental process. And, you know, we've been worried about it, of course, because that's, you know, if a kid does something differently than another kid does, you're like, well, is something wrong? What the heck? You know? And I keep telling my daughter, well, she's not worried about it anymore. We all were, now we're not. It's like, he'll get there when he's ready, right? Because my son didn't talk till he was over 3 years old. I mean, he talked, but we couldn't understand what he was saying. I could, but nobody else could. And Wesley's the same way. He talks constantly, but he's not speaking a language that we easily and readily understand. And it's hilarious because he kind of does this weeda talk. It's so cute. I love it. I love it so much. And I'm going to be sad when he doesn't do it anymore. Anyway, slowly but surely, he's gaining his speech, you know, like understandable speech. And it's just been wonderful. And my daughter has the Brown Bear, What Do You See book. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that book, but it's wonderful. And he's learning how to like say the animal sounds, and really like watching my daughter talk and like listening to what she's saying and then like, you know, mimicking, which, I mean, he'll be 3 in May. So, I mean, this is later than, you know, maybe, well, not maybe, a lot of other kids do. I get that later, but, you know, in terms of when some kids talk and some kids, what am I trying to say? He's just developing later or slower. Now I'm going to go into Queen. But what I'm getting at here, if I could just spit it out, is that it's really cool to see him gaining like the awareness and the ability to like really engage with communication. It's awesome. It's so cool. And he's just so fun. And I got him, whatever, this, it's like a flashcard machine. And what it does is like this little thing like this, and it's got like a space that's open, and you pop the flashcard into it so you can see what's the picture that's on the flashcard. And then this woman reads aloud, like C, cat, meow. And then T, truck, and then it makes a room sound or whatever, beep beep or whatever, I don't know. And he is absolutely obsessed with that toy. He loves it. And because he's so obsessed with it, he's starting to like say words. It's just the coolest thing. That's the best invention, I swear. It's the coolest thing. He loves it. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's just really fun to watch him growing and developing and gaining all these awesome skills. And it's really cool. Really, really cool. And he loves his class. And it's so funny because my daughter will always give me a kind of a breakdown of how, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into this shade here too. I am going to use this. This is called Myth. Yeah, Myth. And just tap this in between those two mattes, or two shimmers, I mean. Because I think that'll help kind of cohese it a little bit better. Yeah, perfect. I feel like there's a hair on my face. No, I don't know what that was. Yeah, there's a hair on my brush, I think. I can't see it, but I can feel it when I touch it to my eyelid. Okay, I think it's gone. Sorry, you guys are thinking, what are you doing? Like I said, she gives me a rundown of everything that's gone on when he's been in class. And a couple weeks ago, she said, oh, he didn't have the greatest time in class today. He wasn't sharing. And as his grandmother, I said, why should he have to? I said, everything in that classroom belongs to Wesley. And she's like, Mom, you want him to share. Like, come on. And I'm like, I know I do. But at the same time, you know, Grandma can do that. Grandma can say whatever she wants him to have, and he can have it, right? Oh, geez. She's like, it's a good thing you don't come to class with us, Mother, because you'd probably get us kicked out. I wouldn't. I want him to share, of course. I'm going to go into that dark brown matte. What's that called? Stormy. That's a great name, I think, for this shade. And just kind of pat this here so I take the edge of the shimmer off. And I mean, this is just gorgeous. It's that really warm toned, beautiful, cinnamony, chocolatey stuff that I just think is so fun. And that I don't often use. I used to, but I need to get back into, you know, using shades like this more often, because I really love how they look. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then I'm going to go back in with this brush, nothing additional on it. Just kind of go around the edge of this. Because it gets really edgy when I put more of the outer V shade on, and I don't like how that looks. Okay, and then one more time with feeling, I'm gonna go back into Toasted, just a teeny tiny bit, and then just go around the edge of the dusk shade, and then I'm gonna be done, you guys. And I do have quite a bit of fallout down here that of course I will clean up. And then do my other eye, and then put my rest of my face on and dry my sopping wet hair. And what's interesting is I don't have a ton of hair, but it takes my hair forever to dry. Forever. I don't get it. Okay, I think I'm done. So what I'll do, like I said, clean this up, do my other eye, the rest of my face, my hair, and I'll be right back. So this is my finished look, and I love it. I think it's gorgeous. Loved playing with the eyeshadow palette today. I'd planned on doing something kind of fun with my hair, and then it took me a little longer to work out my upper lid eyeliner, which I'll show you here in just a minute. And of course, I'll show you the palette, review the palette with you, but let me show you everything I have on my face today. So, primer, I use the Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless Primer. I use the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in medium and the Maybelline New York BB Fresh BB Cream in medium together, using my CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in translucent. For my highlighter, I use the Glam Light Pina Colada. This is so beautiful. If I can open it. Jeez, hold on. I opened it once because I used it. There we go. On my face and also in my inner corners. This is such a beautiful shade. So fun. My LYS No Limits bronzer in Motivate. Loving it. I did use the Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell. I use this shade right here called 90s Nude. I just felt like that shade would work really well with the eye look. Love it. And then on my lips, I used a NYX Professional Makeup Duo Chromatic Lip Gloss in the shade Cocktail Party. This is very like gold and peach and pink and a little bit of green in there too. And typically what I will do is I will top this or put this over the top of another liquid lipstick. And I kept telling myself, you need to use it by itself and see what you think. And I finally remembered to do that. And I love it. I think it's so pretty and soft, but like shifty, so fun. And then I did use my Jolie Beauty Water Activated Eyeliner Kit set here. And I use this shade here, which looks a little messy. It's just a process that I need to get more familiar with and get used to. I don't know how good my upper liner looks today. It's just, I've never used a water activated liner before. So it just took me a minute because I had too much water and then not enough and then kind of the right amount. So just getting used to it. I don't know that my eyeliner, like I said, looks amazing today. But I do like this. This is really fun to play with. And it's actually, very pigmented. And, once I got it to the right consistency, I think it worked really well. I just think it looks maybe a little funky. And just application. Like I said, I need to work on it. And then for my mascara, I use the Sky High from Maybelline New York. Gosh, I'm loving it so much. And I think that is all I have on my face. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. Barry M Nude and Neutral Rich palette. Thrilled that I used this today. Thrilled. I used a combination of Stormy and Stripped on my lower lash lines. And I thought about using this shade or this shade as my liner on the upper lid, but I just wanted to try the water activated liners because they've been here for a few months and I haven't used them yet. Anyway, really impressed with how the mattes performed. They're very blendable, very pigmented, and I love the shimmers. And it's just such a rich, cinnamony, chocolatey color story. It's a perfect warm tone neutral palette. Absolutely. I would have liked maybe, well, the mattes are fine. Maybe a little bit of a lighter shimmer, but I mean, that's really getting nitpicky. I think this performs beautifully and it was so fun to pull it out of my collection and use it today. I really appreciated the feedback I got in the comment section in my video where I showed this, my collection video, because a lot of you were like, oh, Barry M, and I want to try Barry M, and I'd love to see you use that palette. I'm like, okay, this is coming. But so yeah, I'm really happy that I used it again, of course, and thrilled that my friend Linda sent this to me because it's just a very special palette in my collection. It really means a lot to me and fun to try a brand that I don't know how I would have tried. I mean, I guess you can order Barry M palettes off their website, but do they ship to the United States? There was something about that I couldn't figure out how to get them to me. Anyway, let me know if you have anything from Barry M, including this palette. We can chat about that in the comment section. Another episode of Throwback Thursday done and dusted. I'll see you next week. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I'd love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.